Zelenny and Cameron's hockey walk. Well, it's not really a welcome back though, because they've only.
That's true. We haven't done this before.
Yeah,
but
this is the first time.
this is a special video for Oscars weekend that we're doing.
That's right.
It's Hikey Book Club here. If you don't know, we have a podcast called Hikey Book Club.
Yes, we do.
So go listen to that if you're interested. But for the Oscars, I wanted to do something that we actually have a little more experience with, because on the podcast, we're just audience members like anyone else. We're not professional filmmakers or anyone with.
Wait, we're not professional?
No. We're just book clubbing. We're just discussing. This,
well,
this we have a little more.
What is this?
Okay, this is. We're gonna go.
Wait, is it in the title though? Do they already have
yeah,
idea?
They already know.
Wow.
You already know what this is. So we're gonna react and talk about book club, if you will, the Oscar movie posters of all the movies we have seen of the Oscars, which is a good amount.
2018.
But this is right in our wheelhouse. Cameron's also very artistic. He designs. He's a good illustrator. So he also has knowledge here.
This is really my first time on the internet, so.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to get started with our first movie poster, Lady Bird.
Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Wow. My gosh, it's so beautiful. This is a really cool movie poster. It immediately stood out to me when I looked it up on Wikipedia. Not endorsed, no spawn, hashtag no spawn. But immediately what stood out to me with this movie poster is the border. The border is so beautiful and fantastic.
Yeah.
So what does it remind you of?
It's pretty funky. I would say church mosaic. The window, what's it called? Like the window when it's
stained glass?
Yeah. Stained glass.
There's a name for like depicting biblical events, but I don't know the name.
It's like minimalist stained glass, I would call this border.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's those colors, it's that palette, I like it, and obviously
warm colors.
It's all
earthy.
The theme of the poster is all about the religion, which is kind of a big deal in this movie because she's in Catholic school. Where I won't try to give spoilers, but I might give some thematic spoilers, if that makes sense. Like very general, so if you care about those, probably don't watch. And the Gothic. I really like the Gothic title, the font.
Right, yeah, that sort of New York Times style font.
It's Gothic.
Cool. I think it really stands out for this season of cinema, just cinema in general. It's not something that we see very common these days, kind of antiquated version. But do you think that maybe it speaks to Lady Bird's character? Yeah,
I mean, well, I don't know. The poster, from what I was reading, so I do a lot of the research for the podcast, and I was reading about how Greta Gerwig just really loves Saoirse Ronan's like face, and that's why she made it the whole movie poster.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, she looks really beautiful here in profile. I saw the Fly Away Home subtitle, and I was like, what?
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
I don't know
I'm not sure where that came from.
But the history of movie posters, especially during the 50s, 60s, 70s, we always had these taglines, something that would entice the audience before they saw the movie, like suspense, action, or some sort of line, some quote that spoke to the theme of the movie. I feel like it's not as common these days, or if you see it, it's very minimal. This one's very minimal, and our point is that we don't really know how it connects.
Yeah.
I just noticed that the border colors are also the same colors as the names of the cast at the top.
I love a good color echo.
Whoa, dropping some terminology.
So next we're going to move on to The Post, which we also did an episode of Huggy Book Club on. And this one has some interesting things.
Yeah.
I was shook by how the actors' names are like twice as big as the title of the movie. Like every time this poster comes up, like in the Oscars kind of list thing, I'm always like, wait, what movie is this? and then it's like at the bottom.
It's like Street Hanks? No,
Street
Street Hanks.
It grows on me because at first it just looks pretty plain, I guess, and it's like the steps of like a Washington type of building, but it also looks like newsprint.
Right.
Kind of that shape.
So it's got some
lines.
double meaning here. It's trying to talk about the political relevancy and importance of the free press.
And it's just like the movie, how it's all about the relationship of the press and the government. It's kind of the same as the movie. I feel like it's kind of underappreciated, underexposed, but once you watch it, you appreciate it a lot. I don't know.
It's minimalist as well. You know, it's not emphasizing the characters or actors in it. I think it's designed that way to represent a bigger idea. Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about how this movie seems to be very designed for, you know, Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
In terms of these names, the poster really just shouts out loud, Oscar
This is an Oscar movie.
Yeah.
Look at the names. I want to see it without the names. Just see, like, I feel like that negative space would have a lot more impact.
Do you think there's anything significant about the female lead character being a few steps up and having both of her feet planted? Yeah,
sure. But also, both of them are at the bottom of these steps, which is kind of how Washington Post starts out in this movie. Moving on to...
Oh my god. It was,
Tanya.
I think, my favorite movie this year, so...
Really?
Just gonna...
You go back and forth.
I do. A knockout. My god.
I
wonder why.
So I had given this movie my Oscar for marketing, best publicity, or whatever we named it, and we talked about it in our last episode. Honestly, the poster is not as good, I feel like, as the trailer and like all the promo stuff.
Really?
The poster seems a little less modern than the trailers did. Like, I don't like this line that's kind of chalky at the under I, Tanya. I don't love like the big quotes about it being like just. It just doesn't seem as clean, and I feel like in every other place it was marketed, it looked so clean, and like the colors were really popping. And I mean, I still like the big blocky sans serif font at the top.
Well, so we have a clear colored theme here, right? We've got the whites, the golds, and yellows, golds, and the pinks, right? And I feel like the pinks perfectly contrast those other two, so all of the important information pops out in that regard. So the streak, what I think it's referring to, in case you've been living under a rock and don't know what ice skating is, I think it's a reference to how the blade streaks across the ice.
The shavings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess I see that.
That's what I think is a more reference to.
No, it just looks too much like a streak of chalk in this color to me.
Yeah, in terms of design, it's the only kind of hint of grunge that we have in it.
That's true.
You know, and I think it's an important element to convey in some regard in the design.
The parts that bug me are any clutter that's related to text or that line.
Got it.
But her is probably my favorite part.
Generally, I've never really been a big fan of the pull quotes from the review articles.
Yeah, I feel like they've lost their meaning in the modern age because...
For sure.
They could use it from anywhere, and it's kind of... Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Our leading nominee...
Ah, yes.
This one is such a big movie. We have 2 posters for it. I like the other one better. So, basically, one poster was for, like, the theatrical big release, and one for all the big festivals it was at and stuff.
Oh.
Like when it's still indie.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one we're looking at is the theatrical one
big
for
release,
the main,
wide release.
Yeah, for the mainstream, the one you've probably seen.
I personally
no spoilers.
No spoilers. You can't get more spoilers than this poster. I wanted to go into the movie without knowing anything about what to expect visually. You know, I really wanted to be fresh. Then I saw this poster as the photo, and I go, "Oh no, it's too much."
The thing I like about this poster that I'll give it is that background texture that is the wallpaper.
Yeah.
It's actually in the hallway where she lives. This wallpaper was very common back in 1950s. right? That's when
early
it was?
60s is
1960s?
when it takes place.
And it was also kind of reminiscent of, like, scales, which is kind of related to the themes of the movie
That's fair.
the
That's
aquatic
cool.
theme. Okay, so let's move on to the other one, which I personally like better just because it's an illustrated poster, which we rarely see, and it makes sense it wasn't used for the mainstream because that's just not common, but it's really pretty. Yeah, it's very pretty.
Wow.
It's by an artist called, his name is James Jean, like Jean or Jean, spelled like jeans.
Jean.
Like blue jeans, yeah. James, well, I follow him on Instagram.
But is he following us on Instagram?
No, we don't have an Instagram. Look up his Instagram, it's James Jean Art, I think. This one it's kind of more abstract. It doesn't give away as much as the other poster, and it's also just very technically beautiful and delicate and just a really nice illustration. I mean,
this is a really good touch, and I feel like this is more appropriate for me if we're going to reveal the main characters of the movie.
Yeah.
This is really beautiful, and I wish that we could see more movie posters hand drawn. I mean, really, if you think about
it was hand painted by this guy, and he's really talented. I really like it. And remember when we were at a theater to see something, and we saw the main poster. It was like on the main wall of like the row of posters, and then this one was like around the corner.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Yeah, it was all kind of like hidden.
Yeah, it was kind of hidden, but they had both, and this was kind of a hipster theater, but I just like, it's so good. I mean, at least it's shown somewhere, but still, like, I don't know. This guy did all this work.
It's true. It's like...
Anyway, okay, let's move on to the next movie.
Yeah, let's move on to the next.
That one
What
got
could it
2
be?
posters.
What is it? Our most recent episode.
Yeah, it's 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. And I gotta say, I love the aesthetics of the poster way more than the aesthetics of the movie. I mean, that's its aesthetic. It's not like it's like the opposite of a glamorous story. So, like, I don't expect it to be pretty, necessarily. There's, like, a couple pretty moments, but the poster is just very pretty. And it uses the most eye-pleasing color combination.
Of 2017?
No.
Oh.
Of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so blue and orange are the most common 2 colors used in movies and color correction of
It's
the
the
actual...
color of dawn and dusk.
Yeah, it is. It's just, they're the most pleasing complementary colors. It has a pretty conventional color palette because it's the most commonly used for movie posters, just because it's the most pleasing to us.
Right.
They use it very beautiful. The thing that is very trendy now is the gradient.
Right.
The gradients in the font and in the outline.
And there's a little bit of purple in there, too, at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it pulls over into... I mean, I think purple is sort of this, like, color of mystery a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, well, wait, is there more to this? Mm-hmm. It's fading from very defined, bright colors into murky and mysterious colors. Yeah. Does that speak to the theme of the movie? I don't know. You gotta watch it to find out for yourself.
And I like, no quotes, but, like, the
awards,
the laurels.
What I was about to also say about the photos is that they actually, their illustrations, this technique of them being shown this way, it's reminiscent of comic books and Grand Theft Auto video game covers. I don't expect you to be so much of an expert on that, but I played a little bit of Grand Theft Auto back in my day.
I know what the covers look like. That's not what they look like.
No, like, if you disagree, comment below. We'd love to hear from you. I would splash up in my face a cover of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay,
just 'cause...
you compare. I see what you mean by, like, video game, like, hero, like, choose your character, but, like, I don't know about Grand Theft Auto specifically, but I see that, and I just like how it's organized very well, and then it ends with the title, and it's a really good logo for this long-ass title.
I mean, it's cool how, like, Sam and Francis are at an angle, whereas the sheriff is straight on.
Oh, yeah. But Cameron's a photographer, so trust him.
Well, like, in the movie and in what the trailer, I think, shows is 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, all spelled out in Times New Roman, just against a black backdrop.
Right, very, very basic.
Right. This is more artistic, and it emphasizes 3 billboards out of everything else.
The Ebbing, Missouri is outside the state lines, so it's like outside. And then, of course, at the bottom we have the line of 3 billboards, which I appreciate having that as well.
Yeah, and then the last thing I would note on that also is just note how the police car has its lights on, and it's going the direction of the dark, cloudy, mysterious.
Oh, getting real symbolic.
So, hey,
okay.
I'm sure they thought about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, next movie is... I don't even remember.
What?
Okay, we actually don't... We don't have an episode on this yet, but we want to, and we have seen it. This was the first movie we saw together in theaters. I didn't even know this is what the poster looked like, but I was so scared. I vote he gets an Oscar just for the acting in this poster, because he looks so scared.
It's so true.
It's so, I'm scared.
It's like, get out of the movie theater.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Black and white makes total sense. The movie is a lot about racial themes.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. It's very relevant. And this one, we got another subtitle.
We do have another subtitle. Okay, I'll read the white. Just because you're invited
doesn't mean you're welcome. Yeah, no, this movie. It's scary, and the poster shows it has the nice textured...
Well, it's very grungy. It's got this grindhouse type of feel to it. Very... kind of like 1970s old, shack type of vibe going on, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. This is a horror movie.
It's one of those that's like really helping the genre out.
Yeah, it's so true.
I hope it gets a win, but with all the crusty old Oscar voters, it's
I don't know.
unlikely.
We saw
it's
some
unlikely. I've read stuff about it recently.
Oh well. We saw some stuff about Moonlight last year, and
I guess, but this one was more horror.
It's gonna be one of those things where it's like 3 billboards wins, and then they're like, just kidding.
Listen, it's the same old guy, or the old...
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
No, it's the same people presenting that award.
What?
Again.
And Jimmy Kimmel hosting again?
Yeah.
It's like
redemption.
They had no budget to audition new people.
No, it's the same, like, the older woman and older man.
They're trying to redeem themselves?
Yeah, I think so, but I really hope they do. No, I bet
don't mess with, like, Reed for once.
No, bet they're gonna be like, La La Land, haha, joke.
Yeah.
I bet that's gonna be the joke.
They're definitely gonna make...
Oscar jokes and award show jokes are so predictable.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress with Oscar talk.
We do.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the animated things we did see.
Yeah.
So we made an episode about this one.
We did.
For Coco.
That was a very fun episode.
Yeah, it was. It's a very fun movie.
It
and
is.
It's really sad too. Anyway, so the poster, very Pixar.
Yeah.
I mean, it is for kids. It has the bright colors, the fun, the music, the dog, the family in the back on the bridge, super cute. Oh, the cat. The cat's my favorite. The cat's in there. So, I'm happy with that.
I mean, it's great. It's really got everything that we need to entice us to go to the movie without giving away anything. There's a study out there about people holding guitars and how they're 100 times more attractive to people, or like people are just much more interested when they see somebody holding a guitar. It's like this invitation to come learn about them, to come talk to them.
Well, this has 2 guitars.
It does. And it has them leaning back on each other, looking at each other. The dog is looking at them.
So friendly.
It is just pouring out, welcome, come into this world with us.
Celebration, like there's fireworks in the back.
And, it's saying the celebration of a lifetime. Watching this, I think it truly was.
Yeah. Also, it has a kind of different complementary color palette than we're used to, which is blue and orange. This one's a little more... It's a little blue and orange.
More a little purple?
But it's a little purple-yellow, which is another color combination. So I think it has the blue and orange, but it has a lot of that purple-yellow, too. So that kind of makes it a little different from what we're used to in movie posters. It's definitely not just the simple blue and orange.
I didn't see the poster before seeing the movie, but
There was a lot of marketing, though.
Yeah, there was. And I would have been way interested had I saw the poster. Compared to all the other posters we've seen, it doesn't have any quotes on it. It doesn't have any credits down at the bottom or saying a, film by yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. It is just the production
Disney,
studio.
Pixar, but
yeah, real simple. Maybe that has to go, though, with the territory of the weight of the brand names at the top.
So the next one is our last one. It's Loving Vincent.
This is a great one
to
end on.
I know. So this is another one nominated for Best Animated Feature. We didn't make a whole Haikyuu Book Club episode about it, but we mentioned it in the 2017 Year in Review episode. It gives Coco a run for its money a little bit. It's a rotoscoped movie made completely out of paintings in Van Gogh style. This poster, the whole movie is about Vincent Van Gogh, and it's in his painting style, so it makes sense. It's kind of in the style. This is one of his self-portraits, I think.
Maybe,
this style. Not like in this pose, but...
Sure.
but
the style.
The poster, it's... The whole movie is in this style. That's the thing about this poster.
Yeah.
It's like... It all looks like this.
It's amazing. Like, this is a perfect link back into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really much else that needs to be said. The painting of the poster is the painting of the film.
The whole movie, 90 minutes.
And it's amazing how, they don't mention anything about it. I think that in itself is a claim, that is factual that they could make on the poster if we had saw the trends from the other posters with their awards or quotes and such, but they don't mention anything about the whole thing being painted, and so I just think it's kind of interesting.
It had a really good cast, and actually Saoirse Ronan was in this, who was the star of Lady Bird. She was in this. So in rotoscope you still have actors because the painting is drawn over actual film of them, so Saoirse, you see Saoirse Ronan in it as a character, but she's in Van Gogh style, and all the actors are, and there's a guy actually playing Vincent Van Gogh and everything, so it's just really cool. So this poster is based on the guy playing Vincent Van Gogh in this movie,
right? Just
in Van Gogh style.
What do you think about his position? About him with his... He's got his... He's kind of like this.
It's over the shoulder. The Tyra.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No.
But he's hunched over.
No, yeah. I think that says a lot because a lot of this is about trying to figure out Vincent Van Gogh because he's a very mysterious man and kept a lot of his life hidden and just gave different tidbits to all the people in his life that kind of made no sense. And
I think it's significant that he has his back to us.
Yeah.
He's kind of I'm going to leave you in the dust, and it doesn't matter what you have to say. I'm going to paint what I paint. He wasn't very successful as a painter,
at all,
right? I have a little critique, though, about this poster.
Okay.
It's a nitpicky thing. If you disagree, comment below. I'm sure you will. I am not really a fan of the color choice that they chose for the title.
No, get out.
What? No, it's Loving Vincent.
No, get out.
I feel
this color's beautiful.
But basically, I wish that the Loving Vincent title font was in white.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because that would pop out, bring out more. Or it could be in that orange.
Or be at the top.
Right.
Where it's light background.
Right.
I see.
Or it could be orange here at the bottom because that's a lighter color and it would match the beard, right?
No.
The color. That's my only nitpicky thing, but beautiful poster, beautiful artist with beautiful artwork.
What's your favorite?
My favorite poster?
Are you ready to give your grade?
Oh my
god. Who wins the Oscar for best poster?
It's going to be a cross between my two favorite movies of the year. Yeah, definitely. I love the 3 Billboards poster, and I love the I, Tonya poster. But if I had to give it to one over the other, I'd go with 3 Billboards.
I agree.
Wow.
No, not totally. But I 3 Billboards definitely in the top. I also love the Shape of Water illustration poster.
Yes.
And I don't know. I want to give it to the Post.
Wow, so basic.
I know. Basic! I think that's the underdog here. It's almost like a graphic design pun. Like, it has double meaning. And I love puns.
Well, there you have it. I think the best poster of the year is 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I think it's the Post for its punniness. So, I don't think this week we're going to have a podcast episode up, but we have done an episode on every poster we reviewed today that you can go back and listen to if you haven't, or go see the movie and then listen to. It's Oscar weekend. We wanted to give you a video rather than a regular episode. We'll be back, though. This was a kind of special event because we've been leading up to the Oscars like all year pretty much.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of the movies. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Subscribe on Google Play Music. I don't know how that works, but subscribe on YouTube. If you want a studio tour, comment below.
Yeah, there you
we'll
go.
show you the studio. What was your favorite poster?
What was your favorite poster? We want to have
covered.
We want to hear from you.
Or if we didn't cover it, sorry, we didn't see all the movies.
You can comment below or tweet us.
Yeah, and if you want us to do a future episode on one of your movies, please sell it to me. We watch it.
I mean, we would be happy to review a movie that you are into. If we were going to do a TV show, might do the pilot. I don't know.
Yeah. Comment below. Tell Cameron to commit to some TV because we do movies and
hard,
TV.
y'all.
He doesn't understand. Tell him.
It's
Tell
hard.
him to watch TV. It's not that hard.
So this has been a whole lot of fun, real treat, and we look forward to seeing you again.
And we look forward to seeing the Oscars.
Yes, we do. All right, we'll see you later.